Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Asia Pacific Tourism and Travel Awards 2019. Here is your MC, Henzi Andalas Nusantara.
Welcome everybody to the Asia Pacific Tourism and Travel Awards 2019. A big round of applause for everybody who is here. Wow, everybody's looking good. I can see that. Welcome, good morning, assalamualaikum to all the VIPs, especially the countries, the datos, and all the delegates from all over the world. We even have a French guy outside who's manning the YouTube. We're actually going to be live on YouTube, okay? Okay. Before that, I want all of you to know that right now you are at the biggest and the most prestigious award of its kind in Asia. Everybody, big round of applause for APTTF. Wow, biggest one. We are going strong. This is the third year. We had the first awards in Singapore at the Marina Bay Sands Resort. And just so that you know, for that one, we had Harith Iskandar as the MC. And going with that spirit, this year you have me, another short ball guy. Nobody got that, okay? Okay? Don't tell Harith I said that, okay? Okay. Okay. And this year, we are actually going to be giving our awards to 120 distinguished locations all over Malaysia. And not only that, especially this year, we are actually giving awards to 35 individuals. These are stars in tourism and travel, and also up and coming superstars. The young and the young at heart, the millennials and everybody else, the baby boomers. However, as I told you, we are right now on YouTube, so everybody in the world can see us. And I'm doing this specifically because of this. We are on YouTube right now. Can everybody take out your phone? I'm doing something very special. Please, everybody take out your phones. Because of this YouTube thing, everybody take out your smartphones and just raise it up. I want to do something because we are on YouTube right now. I need to see your phones out. Please, just take out your phones. I know it's strange. Okay, right now, because we are on YouTube, what I want you to do right now is silent your phone. Okay? You see that misdirection? I'm also a magician. Okay, if I just say silent, you won't take out one. So I say, okay, you can actually follow us. Just follow us silently. Okay, and to begin our event today, let's start on a high note. So let's not start with a speech. We'll actually start with a dance performance. Everybody, big round of applause for the Malay dance company performing Gendang Tari. Everybody, Gendang Tari Overture. Yes, a big round of applause. Wow, rasa macam kenduri kahwin pula kan? Ada tepak sirih. Wow. That was the Gendang Tari Overture. And right now, in the spirit of Malaysia, we have another dance performance. This time, from the Temple of Fine Arts. Everybody, give it up for the Temple of Fine Arts performing Tilana. Once again, from the Temple of Fine Arts, performing Tilana.
Thank you.
Wow! Incredible discipline and poise there from the Temple of Fine Arts. That would have taken probably 20 years to get there. Incredible. Okay, right now, let's continue our event. And to deliver the welcoming speech, your warmest applause for this guy. I love his haircut, by the way. This is the CEO of APTTF Singapore. Everybody, give it up for Mr. Adeva. Eva.
All right. Very good morning. His Excellency Naresh Mehta
Eva.
from Alpha. All dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha is making all dignitaries. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency Naresh Mehta. The APTTF
Eva.
from Alpha. All right. Very good morning, Hotel General Managers. His Excellency
Eva.
we follow British, that the political party, they should come and go every 5 years. But we have a monarch there to really give stability to the country. And I thought this is very unique. And why I want to share this with you all, we are in hospitality, that the political party, London, how much go every 5 London Royal, we have a monarch royalties to really Buckingham Palace stability to the country. Actually, and they help a lot to promote unique in. And why I want to share this with especially with the far changing world, we are in hospitality, that politicians are very keen sometimes culture, royal monarch royalties to really Buckingham Palace to the country. And they help a lot. This is very unique in all this. Why I want to share this with especially with the far changing world, we are in hospitality, that the political party, tourism, culture, royal monarch royalties to really Buckingham Palace to the country. And they help a lot. This is very unique in all this. Why I want to share this with especially with the far changing world, we are in hospitality, that the political party, tourism, culture, royal monarch royalties to really Buckingham Palace to the country. And they help a lot. This is very unique in all this. Why I want to share this with especially with the far changing world, we are in hospitality, that the political party, tourism, culture, royal monarch royalties to really Buckingham Palace to the country. And they help a lot. This is very unique in all this. Why I want to share this with all these far changing world, as I mentioned, especially in the political party, in the big data, and then we are as well facing a lot of challenges like APM. I think hospitality share all these far changing world, as I share economic concept, like the taxi is facing the challenges of big data, and think all these are we are as well cannot be facing a lot of challenges like APM. I think hospitality share all these far changing as I share economic concept, like the taxi is facing the challenges of big data, and think all these stay united, and such an event like that is challenges like APM. I think the honoring of the talent, the best person share economic concept, it provides like the best ready for interact. I always say the great idea and mankind is when you sit together, you share your thought. The sharing bring you happiness, and sharing with a good strategy, you bring you success. And with this, actually, I would like to share that just now you also mentioned about Red Dot. All this, what I call platform business is coming. And I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you. Actually, I was taking a very, what I call semi-retired life at the age of 52. I thought I should take a break. Every evening, I'm at a golf course. And I thought I should rest. Because of the last few years, I also start facing a big challenge in my life, and I put a lot of thought. I visited a lot of countries, and I put a lot of thinking, and I thought if I want to come back to the very active business life, I had to carry with a deep thinking of this philosophical thought to adopt to the new world. I'm a person, I can't even open the computer. I don't know how to open computer. But I really read and study. And to my amaze, I believe with all these blockchains, big data, and cryptocurrency, I believe this is a key to provide for many, many individuals, organizations, even country, that to really stay ahead with the time, with the change, and to stay ahead with the time and to face up the challenge we face in our business world. So with that, actually, last year, August, I have a public listed company called Country Heights Holding Berhad. I make an announcement because I want a shareholder. I tell the Malaysian public, I want to issue cryptocurrency. You know, the way I look at cryptocurrency is a currency. Maybe all of you can consider this is something to stand up with all the challenges, with the competition like those Airbnb give it to us. So how it works, of course, to me, I have a total ecosystem that I already have in my mind. So I announced I'm going to issue called the horse currency. But most importantly, actually embrace with all this blockchain, big data, and cryptocurrency. So let me take a very detail to explain to people. Now, I'm born in 50 series. I found to talk to my own born in year 50, especially year 40 is a bit tough. But when you start talking to those born in year 90, year 80, and year 70, it's much easier. But just keep it short. Just keep it very short. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency of 1.0. When it started, it's like the internet. Many people don't believe in it, think it will go to 4. And after that, actually, today, you still cannot avoid not to do internet. But internet has evolved in so many things. Same thing, in the cryptocurrency, you still cannot avoid Bitcoin. You still have to embrace yourself Bitcoin. But the Bitcoin actually have a lot of what they call weakness, negative, because of big speculation, and a lot of country administration doesn't support. But some are starting supporting it, like Malta have used Bitcoin. Now the economy is growing. Japan, I understand, is using a lot of Bitcoin. US. So I think it gives opportunity to someone when something happens, you really, what I call, invest in it, study it, and then you put idea to it. So to me, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, there is 2.0, Ethereum, and USDD. So to me, I think as Malaysian entrepreneur, which is part of Asia Pacific, I thought I want to create a cryptocurrency 3.0, you know. We call asset-backed currency. And I hope really this currency, actually when you have this currency, you need to have a wallet, blockchain wallet. But blockchain wallet is still not regulated by Malaysian government. And also recently, Malaysian government, SCE, have allowed for people to submit the exchange. So I was wondering why they do the exchange first, not looking at ICO, STO, but I heard they are also looking at this. All this, I believe, will create opportunity for the hospitality industry. And I'd like to take this today, this Asia Hospitality Award, to share with you in the room like-minded. If you are very keen on what we want to do, and not to really get together to create a currency which is actually can be used by all the hospitality, especially I myself, I come from hotel owner, and we are facing with all the challenges, and I believe I have my philosophical thought, the ecosystem in my mind, it can really service the hospitality industry. If you are interested, you can talk to Mr. Isaac, our hotel GM here. And Mr. Isaac is also, I also encouraging him, you have to transform. Cannot just be a hotel GM only. You must transform with this new what I call blockchain, AI, IT. So with all those words, once again, I'd like to take opportunity to also share with you that beside golf, last time I've organized, I also have asked a group to start looking at motorsport, a GT sport. If you notice, last month, we have actually launched first Asia GT Festival. Malaysia was actually very famous of F1. But F1 was a government initiative. Asia GT Festival was a private initiative. We don't ask the government to spend a single cent, but it was a tremendous success even on the first year. The crowd turned up to that GT show. Actually, it's about 30,000 people, a lot of people. Now, why I want to share this with you is, again, all the hospitality industry people, like what the organizer, the CEO just now has said, we have to start thinking of concept, but we must create event. The event, like now there's a bicycle event on in Malaysia now. I thought creating all the important event for Malaysia, it will bring a lot of the, what they call positive impact to the whole industry. So with all those notes, once again, I would like to say, 谢谢, thank you, Lumba Landi, and terima kasih. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tan Sri Lee Kim Yew. Wow. Thank you, Tan Sri. I can hear the passion in his voice every time he speaks. And Tan Sri, I will not forget until the day I die what you told me just now. He said when I met him in the morning, he has turned a wasteland into tourism. You, sir, are a genius. Once again, big round of applause for the Tan Sri. Okay, on that note, we are going to have a few presentations by some very distinguished speakers. And we have titled it Sustaining the Powerhouse of Malaysian Tourism. And for the very first speaker, he has this hospitality and tourism business overview, but I love his name though. And I have to see the person. Everybody, big round of applause from Mr. Reginald Pereira. Mr. Reginald? Oh, sorry, the lights are blue. Okay. Sir, I love your name, sir.
Very good morning. Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Lee Kim Yew, founder of Country Heights Holdings, industry friends, Adeva from Asia Pacific Travel and Tourism, friends, ladies and gentlemen. When Adeva called me a couple of weeks back and asked me if I were able to speak at this prestigious event, I was in two minds. You have got industry captains, very senior hospitality professionals, and what could I possibly speak about that they wouldn't know? Then he talked to me about, can you speak something about VMY 2020? And more like, can you speak about the hospitality business? So then I thought about it again, and I said, okay, give me a few days, I'll get back to him. And then I said, okay, it is actually an honor to be invited to speak here. And as I told him this morning, I think I'm going to speak more about the latter than VMY 2020, because I think all of y'all know more about VMY 2020 than I would. We are going to see it being officially launched very soon. I know it was officially launched at ITB, but I think more initiatives are going to be launched by the end of this month. So I prepared a slide presentation. I forwarded it to them, But I think I'm not going to use it because it talks about facts and figures, and I think I don't want to bore you all with facts and figures this morning. So I told him just now I'm going to talk more about business. And I'd like to echo the words of this, what was shared by young Berbahagia Tan Sri just now. And I think we all should give him a round of applause on his vision of how he turned this mining pool into a destination himself. He had a vision. And that is what I think I'd like to touch on, and how we in the industry should change our mindsets. Deva spoke about it, Tan Sri spoke about it, and I also like to touch on it. Our company actually manages the Tanjung Ru Resort in Langkawi. I think all of you all would have heard of it. And I think the whole thing about now running a hospitality or hotel is not about, as Deva said just now, it's not about just selling rooms. It's about selling and giving guests an experience. We got to sell an experience more than selling the facilities of the hotel. And I'm sure a lot of you all will agree with it. And the general manager of today is not a general manager of 20 years ago. To me, I look at a general manager of a hotel being the CEO of the hotel. The CEO of the hotel who the owners have entrusted an asset with you, which ranges from 40 to 200 or 300 million ringgit. And as the CEO of the hotel, which is, called the GM, you are supposed to provide the returns for the owner, which means that the GM stroke CEO is actually the one who sits down and strategizes and looks at how they can bring in business. The GM is not the one that's supposed to walk around and check on the F&B and what's happening, because we have the operation people to do that. So the mindset of the GM and the culture of the GMs today need to change. There's so much of evolution with technology. There's so much available at your fingertips. And it is how we have to change our mindset. Now, how do we move forward? I have to touch on this. I know some of you all might be upset about it, but I always read a lot in the media about Airbnb. We had the same issue with the ride sharing, where the taxis were objecting, but I think all of us are appreciative about the ride sharing that is available to us. It's all over the world. By the same token, I don't think we should look, as hospitality professionals, I don't think we should look at Airbnb as a threat to the business. Yes, it provides a challenge, all right? But I don't think that that is an excuse that we should look at on reduction of business or why things are not happening the way it should be. Let me put it this way. I don't think an individual or someone who is going to stay in Airbnb would be somebody who uses a premier hotel. Let's put it that way. I think it's a different market segment, and I don't think that we should look at Airbnb as a threat. We should look at how we can come up with solutions, how we can overcome it, and how we can move forward, and not use Airbnb as a reason. Now, if you look, okay, let's take a look at this hotel as an example. I don't think somebody who comes and stays in the Palace of Golden Horses would be interested in staying in an Airbnb. And I think it also works vice versa. So, having taken that into account, all right, I think we should now put the Airbnb issue aside and think of ways to move forward. Okay? I just shared with you some figures about Tanjung Ru. When we went in August last year to do the audit, the average room rate was 580, 590 ringgit. All right? This morning, when I looked at the daily revenue report that was sent to me, our average room rate for April month to date is 1,200. So it is about thinking out of the box, being innovative, and trying to see how we can overcome the challenges. As I said, people come there for the experience. I'll also be very honest with you. The hotel also needs a lot of work to be done. All right? But I think we have got returnees, all right? And I looked at our December returnees. We have returnees who have come back for 15 years. We have had a returnee who has come back for 19 years. We have had returnees who come back for 12 years, every year without fail. And I think it's more the experience than the property itself. And how the property was 20 years ago and how the property is today, of course there are changes, all right, for better and for worse, but they still come back because of the experience. So I think that all of us have to now look at how we can improve ourselves, improve the returns for the owners, and put Airbnb aside. All right, we are hoteliers. We run hotels. We provide things that Airbnb operators cannot provide. So even though Airbnb has its own market, as I said, all right, but I think it will not encroach on what hotels have to offer, especially the star-rated hotels. So, what is in store for VMY? I'll just touch a bit on VMY and how the industry can support VMY. As Tan Sri again spoke just now, a lot of things have to be initiated by the private sector. We cannot depend all the time on government funding, on the government to support, and on government to help us through. The government looks at it at a bigger picture. They look at it from a holistic point of view on how they promote Malaysia. But how do we promote our properties or destinations? I think that is something that we as professionals should sit down, or we as professionals should sit down as an industry and see how the industry can work together in promoting a destination. So those with hotels in Kuala Lumpur and in the Klang Valley, you might want to form a focus group, okay, and see how we can promote. I think we have to complement each other, not so much compete with each other. Those of you all who have running businesses and properties in the famous Genting Highlands, maybe they can form a specific focus group. Now, I know Genting is a destination by itself, but now there's a lot of development around the Genting area, and I think there is a market for that, and that's why there's been so many new developments there. And then go by regions, all right? The northern region, the southern region, the East Coast region. I was part of the tourism transformation program previously, and that's how we managed to dissect how do you promote Malaysia. It might be difficult promoting Malaysia as a country itself, but you can promote it through various destinations, regional destinations. Langkawi started on the 1st of April flights coming in from Phuket has one initiative. So you have direct flights coming in on Phuket from Phuket 3 times a week. Malindo has launched that service. Come October, Qatar will be flying into Langkawi as well, which means that opens up a new market. So by same token, I'm sure I saw some of the GMs from East Malaysia. There's a lot of development in East Malaysia as well, especially in Kota Kinabalu. All right, Kota Kinabalu I think has the highest occupancy in the country. Langkawi has the highest average room rate. And sometimes when you look at what's happening in Kota Kinabalu, it's amazing. So by the same token, I think we need to, again, go back, reflect, and see what is the best we can do in moving forward. I think VMY is an opportunity for us to project Malaysia again, all right? And I'm sure, as Adeva said, they are going to share with us the Red Bean platform, which will be specifically for VMY, and hopefully more initiatives of this nature will help us to move forward. Of course, the ministry and the government have identified targets of arrivals. They have identified targets of receipts. But I think we can go over and above that. And this can only be done with us. We can't depend on others. We are the experts. We are the main stakeholders. And I think we have to look at that and move forward. In conclusion, I see a better future for the industry. I've spoken at numerous events of this nature in the region and of course in Europe. And the people that I meet are always curious about Malaysia. They are curious about how we can live in such a multicultural society. And I think that is something that we should project and continue to project. And again, I like to emphasize, let us complement each other, not compete, because we are doing it for the benefit of the industry, and of course, we are doing it for the benefit of the country. So I'd like to wish each and every one of y'all a pleasant day at this event. Those of y'all who will be receiving awards later on today, again, congratulations. I'm pleased that y'all are being recognized. And I look forward to a very eventful VMY 2020. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
Everybody, once again, Mr. Reginald Pereira. Wow, nice speech, sir. Very nice. Okay, for the next speaker, we actually have a special segment right now for two of Malaysia's leading bloggers as far as tourism is concerned. And the first one with the title, The Island Drum. Oh, this is really intriguing. The Island Drum. Everybody, big round of applause. The warmest welcome for Miss Vanessa Workman. Love the outfit though.
Good morning. Can you hear me? There you can. I had a PowerPoint, but I'm not sure if it's necessary. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Very
Make me
nice.
feel welcome. You're making me nervous, guys. Anyway, I'm a blogger, and I have been blogging for 7 years. I'm an American, and I'm based in Langkawi, Malaysia. So I've been asked to speak about what I see about tourism and the benefits for Visit Malaysia year 2020. No PowerPoint? That's okay. It was just to divert the attention over there. I would like to say that Malaysia is like an onion to me, and I wouldn't say that it won me over when I immediately came here initially. And over the years, I'm absolutely fascinated by it. And I learn something probably every day, every week, new about Malaysia. And what I'm really wondering is, like, why don't you promote it more? Because you're not promoting your culture. And I don't, no PowerPoint, huh? Okay. Anyway, I think that you could be promoting your country a lot more because it's a fascinating country. The culture, the heritage, the food, the people are all amazing, and I see very little shared on social media about true Malaysia other than just the typical KL, Penang, Langkawi, and bye-bye. They head on to Thailand. So I just think that you need to actually mix it up, mix up what you're promoting in your country, your locations, your destinations, and your events as well, and not just there's a picture. Okay, next. That's Kota Baru, by the way. Sorry about that. Anyways, okay, so there. Promoting your country. You have a lot of really interesting events and stuff here, and that really show your culture and heritage. But unfortunately, a lot of times they're pretty much announced like the day of the event or the day before the event, and they're international. And it's like, how on earth am I supposed to get from here to there in one day to attend it? And also, some of the more interesting events that I've seen are only in Malay. The flyers are only in Malay. So I don't actually know if all are welcome or not. But they're really interesting looking, you know? And if it's, oh, what can I say? It's, if you want people to come and see your culture in your country, sorry about that. If you want people to come and see your area, your city, your country, your culture, have events. Sorry about that. Have events that are actually going to entice people to come, and let them have a some timely manner when they can see it and make plans to get a hotel room, get a flight, take the time off from work. And consider how your visuals are looking. Is it an all are welcome? It does, even if you only have it in a certain, not English, so it looks like it's just all are, make it a visual that people can relate to. We know it's a kite festival, we know it's this, we know it's that, but the most important thing is that you actually share this information in a timely manner so that people have a chance so they can make plans. Please don't expect anybody to drop everything at the last minute for an international event in 2 days. It's not going to happen. And I'd like to say something about the fringe events. A lot of times they dilute your events that are on local events that are happening, and then you have 5 more similar events across town. It's diluting the effort from the main thing. And I think you really need to pay attention to the fringe events, unless it's a citywide theme thing, where it's all bicycle this or all bicycle that. But if you're having a big art festival, and then there's 5 more art festivals across town, you know, you're hurting yourself if it's a smaller location. Sorry, my mouth is dry. Anyway, so next. Speaking of festivals, annual festivals are awesome. And this is, of course, the Rainforest Music Fest that started, 14, 15 years ago? And it started very small, and they were consistently every year. You know what's going to happen. People all over the world know what's going to happen annually. There's no guessing. It's going to happen, period. So everybody in, all over the country who has an annual event, it just gives somebody, people a reason to come here. I mean, Langkawi used to have annual events. We know Penang has them, KL has them, and definitely Sarawak and Sabah. So why not have more annual event and make it a focus? I mean, it's just the very cool thing. Next, please. These are the Maumere, by the way, from Selangor. Okay, the advantage of Visit Malaysia 2020, you guys have great transportation options. And I don't think a lot of people know that when they come here, before they come here. And I'm not one to plan to the last detail. But it's amazing how many people will plan 4 days in KL, 4 days in Penang, 3 days in Langkawi, and bye-bye. I think if they know the options before they get here, then they'll have more of a chance to be spontaneous. Because you really don't know what's going to happen here. Once you get here and people are like, oh, yeah, I was going to stay, but I got to go. And it's like, well, you shouldn't just make your plans so tight. Let people be freer. And if they knew how easy it is to catch a bus, a train, a plane, and it's affordable. But truly, from Indonesia, Thailand, even Singapore, I truly think that Malaysia has an excellent transportation system. I can just get all over this country in one day. Super easy and affordable. Let people know about it. It's a cool thing. And don't insulate your foreign tourists from your community. And that's another reason having all our welcome events. Don't keep us separated. If you, night markets, things like that, let people know that we are all welcome. When you have an event that's all written in a language I don't understand, I don't feel very welcome. But I really want to go. I really want to meet the people. I really want to go to the night market and meet people. That's me. But I don't think I'm that unique. And I think that you second guess the visitors, or maybe you stereotype them and think that they want this when, why give them what you think they want? Show them what you have. Show them what you have and what you want to give them, not what you think they want. You know what? I don't need a happy hour. Sorry, but I do want to meet the people. I want to see what this country's about, and I want to know about your culture because it's fascinating to me. And I'm not that unique, so let people know what you have. And that doesn't mean stage presentations. If I actually live in a village, and I have lived in there a long time, and every day I learn something fascinating: how to open a coconut, climb a coconut tree, things like that, how to catch fish, etc., etc. These are all really interesting things to me, because that's what makes Malaysia unique. There's so much rich culture and heritage here. I don't need to see a theme park, I don't need that at all. And a lot of people didn't come here to see a theme park or a zoo. They came here to meet Malaysia and see Malaysia and understand Malaysia. Okay. Next. This is my neighborhood, actually. These young men, they're so cute. I thought they had sea cucumbers, and I was trying to speak Malay to them. Saya bercakap sedikit bahasa Melayu, and these were beronak, and it's something that looks like a sea cucumber, but the fact that I'm able to meander through a village like this and meet people like this, and the average tourist doesn't really have this opportunity because they might be insulated in a large group. I feel very comfortable with locals and in the community because I feel like I can mix and mingle okay. But this kind of experience to me is very cool. It may not, maybe you guys don't think it's so cool, but I do. Okay. Are you trying to tell me something? Okay, hospitality. I had a whole thing about hospitality here, but course, then I checked in here, and I'm like, okay, they pretty much aced it here. So if you want to see the ultimate A+ for hospitality, it's this hotel, truly. Smile, eye contact. One thing and one of my pet peeves is that a front desk really needs to know their area. When somebody comes up to your front desk and says, ask a question, you should know your area. Everybody at your front desk should know the area. This hotel, of course, knows everything about everything here. They're wonderful. This hotel's wonderful. I would like to say something about Airbnb, though. I know you don't want to talk about Airbnb, but I'm going to say it. Is that okay? I think Airbnb is a little bit of a threat. Personally, that's what I think. And not on a big level, not to the big hotels, but I think it hurts the smaller guest houses in the smaller communities. And something that I've seen trending lately is people from out of town coming in and renting places up and going back home. And so this house that would have been normally maybe rented to a family is now an Airbnb. There's no one living there except it's being rented out continuously. And if there's guest houses in the neighborhood, I think it hurts them. And I think it hurts their business. The difference between that Airbnb and homestay is that there's no one living there. I actually live next to a place like this now. And every 3 days, there's new faces right next door. And initially, when I heard it was going to be a homestay, I thought, that's very cool. See some culture. But it's not. It's new faces every day. And I don't know who these strangers are. They're suddenly in my neighborhood. My neighborhood. When you know you have neighborhood watch and you know who the strange faces are, so you know you have security and privacy and everything, but suddenly, I'm like, whoa, who are you? It's weird. You know, and I would just keep an eye on it if I was you. That's just my 2 cents, and I'll be glad to give you more of my 2 cents later if you want. I wish I had a joke or something so you guys would laugh, don't you? Thank you. Come on, you can help me out here. Let's see. Yes, please go back to offering diversity. There's so much here. Please offer it. Let people know how diverse you are. You are not Thailand. You are not Singapore. You are not Indonesia, thankfully. And you know, the thing is, you are very, very unique. Quit trying to be somebody you're not. Let people know who you are and what you have. You have absolutely everything. This country is, if you've gone jaded, maybe you've gone jaded. If you feel like you've seen it all, truly, get on a bus in Malaysia and take the coast road. You will meet so many interesting people and see so many interesting things. So just let people know what diversity you have. And the cookie cutter tours, mix them up a little bit. And yeah, see? Now, this is Skull Sand Beach. You see that island in the back? This is my quick story for you, truly. You'll like it. That's a prison island in the background. That's Thailand. It's only 8 kilometers from Langkawi. I just came back from there 3 weeks ago. I have all the bug bites to prove it, too. There's sandflies everywhere, and hantus, and wild boar. After World War II, a lot of pirates were there, and a lot of dead bodies floated this way, and they landed on this beach, and that's where this beach got its name. Now, how many people know that? Probably not a lot of people. That's certainly, but I think it's fascinating. But imagine that. You can stand on the beach in Langkawi and see a prison island just 8 kilometers away. More people should know about things like this. This is just one of the many, many nooks and crannies that are interesting in Malaysia. Tons of little places like this. Very interesting stories behind them. World War II, everything that you guys did, everything that's happened through the country's history. I'm trying to be a dynamic speaker, but I'm failing.
Sorry about
Hey,
that.
I got to laugh though. Is my 20 minutes up yet? I have lots of stories, truly. I'm trying to stay on schedule though. If you want to know real quick, I'll tell you. I didn't start being a blogger 7 years ago because I wanted to be a blogger and change the world. I started doing events. I started listing events on a website. And I knew from doing that I needed to have content. I didn't know the word content meant. So I started writing blogs. I didn't know what a blog was either. But after that happened, I was picked up by travelfish.org, and I became a researcher for Malaysia for about 3.5 years for them. So that's why I know so many things about little nooks and crannies, because they taught me how to see. They taught me how to see, and they taught me how to write a little bit. Oh, sorry about you guys. So that's how I learned to write and see and travel through Malaysia, is that I was doing travel research. I've seen so many toilets, so many guest houses. I've had to pretend that I was somebody's aunt looking for a room just to get into the room because we're supposed to be like spies. It's not Lonely Planet. We were like, So I didn't go in and say, hey, I'm a big blogger. I need a free place to stay. No, we didn't do that. We snuck in. And so I wrote about all sorts of places in Malaysia for Travels Fish. And the rest is history. Basically, I'm writing for myself now and do freelance writing. And I still do weekly events after 7 years. And you can find all those weekly events on Island Drum. And that's it.
Yeah, everybody.
I know, I'm good, right?
Miss Vanessa.
I know, aren't you
Workman.
glad you had me?
No, I love it. I love it. It's really good.
You
And
want to ask me a question?
No, I do actually want to ask you one question.
I know, I need a heckle in the audience. Why didn't you laugh?
No, okay. The thing is, I really want to know this. Stay on a moment. You actually learn to climb the coconut tree?
Oh, yes.
You have video on that? I would love to see that. Oh my God. Okay, I can't imagine that. And I like the fact that, you came in as a spy and that kind of thing. Okay, everybody, once again, Miss Vanessa Workman. Thank you very much. It was great. She's being so humble. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please forgive us about, the technical difficulties, It's a live show. Okay, right now, we're taking a short breather. We are having a bit of a coffee break. If you like to stretch your leg, powder your nose, I'm going to do my hair. Okay? So right now, I like to invite all the guests for a short coffee break. Thank you very much. We'll come back in 15 minutes from now. Yes? If you like to powder your nose, have a short break, and the cigarette break is outside, yeah? Okay, please refrain from smoking in the premises. Thank you very much.
Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test.
In 15 minutes from now, we'd like to invite you back into the hall. And that will be the standard 15 minutes, not the Malaysian 15 minutes, yeah?
Switch. Test 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Hey. Check 1 2 2. Hey. Mic check 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Zoom. Cik tiba-tiba. Zoom. Mic check 1 1. Hey.
Hello, test, test.